Hey, Blue Table fans. We're here with Roberto. Look at that smiling face. How could you not be happy with that face around? Yeah, you didn't look like that 2 minutes ago. All right, go ahead. Tell us all about what you're working on.
So I'm working on these two Space Marine fell blade tanks.
Ooh, nice.
So
is this pre-heresy stuff?
This is the pre-heresy stuff, yeah. And these things are beefy. This whole thing's solid resin. The turret's a separate cast, but that's your connection point right there. So nice and convenient.
Yeah, that's huge.
And it's also magnetized.
So these are Bane blade sized.
Yes.
Okay, here's a Tau Devilfish for comparison there.
Yeah, it actually uses part of the Bane blade sprue.
Okay.
So you'll be using...
Did they send you a whole Bane blade?
Not a whole Bane blade, no.
Okay.
But the entire bottom, the wheel components, and the interior walls.
Okay.
So this thing's also magnetized for convenient storage.
Oh,
so
nice.
The side sponsons there. But as I was putting these together, I noticed that, you know, Forge World instructions, I love their product, but the instructions could use some work.
Right.
So this component right here
noticeably
is...
Okay, hold it still.
It's missing.
It's just cut off.
It doesn't say what component goes there.
Right.
And the order of the instructions can be a bit confusing.
Right.
So...
Guy, don't try this at home. Okay, so explain how the tread thing worked.
So I'm learning from experience here, but the treads, you know, you have your initial components that go like this, and then there's these pieces that kind of stick off the front.
Right.
And so I was under the impression that this portion right here just glues on like that. Because, you know, it looks all right, it looks the part, but part of the instructions that were out of order and I kind of missed were these little wheel extensions.
Oh, I see.
These are meant to hold this and hold it out further.
Okay.
So
you actually cut off a tread
to make it
to
fit.
shorten them up.
Yeah, and then once I realized my mistake, I had to rip all this treading out
to
reorganize it, shift it all down one so it would work, go back together. Thankfully, I have plasticard and I'm able to recreate the missing tread piece. It's a fairly simple looking piece, so it's an easy fix. It's just having to go back and tear that all up again.
That's the funny thing is that a lot of times we get stuff coming through here that we've never done and may never do again.
Yeah.
You
don't know how often you're going to see these things. This is my first time seeing and working on the fell blades. So, and I've worked with plenty of Forge World models before. So I kind of know from experience kind of what to expect, but you're going to have to kind of guesswork on the instructions sometimes, make logical leaps, and then just really look at your components, and it's like what goes where is it mentioned in the instructions, and just go from there. There's a few steps on these that I wish I had known what the next few steps ahead were.
Right.
Because on getting this component in...
Can I see that magnetized sponson?
Oh, sure.
Just show me the interior of it. Here, pull it out. Now that's different than a regular Predator where it's hanging down from like a sponson.
Yeah, it has a small connection point.
Right. Okay, what were you saying?
Oh, on steps on the instructions. So this component right here, this little sponson shield, is its own individual piece, but these sit on top. Actually, that little piece broke. I have to fix that as well. So, but these two pieces rest on top of the shield, and there's also braces underneath.
Right.
It didn't explain that till later in the instructions, that this piece actually needs to fit between the two.
I see.
And with, you know, a little warping on the Forge World, I couldn't get it to fit in.
So that had to be cracked as well.
So I wish I would have known that, because then I would have glued the shielding onto this component, and then done these pieces after, instead of just gluing these on as I saw them on the instructions.
Well, fantastic, folks. That's how dedicated BTP assemblers are. Thanks a lot, Roberto.
We'll do whatever we can
it.
to make it work.
That's fantastic.